it's the fact he did a video. Like,
obviously he did a video.
Why would you obviously do a video? He's got a problem, mate. Message me.
What, like you did him?
Welcome back to Wafflin, you lot. It is us, your friends, Malfoy, Wookie and Boki. So, obviously, mate, so much has gone on this week. Mate. Obviously, we've had Jake Paul knocking out Ben Askren in the first round. We've had football ending.
Yep.
We've had you two finally kissing.
I wouldn't go that far, but you know.
But yeah, anyway, so like, where do we begin with this? Because
not only have we had Jake Paul fighting, you've been having a little fight with someone.
Again.
Oh, we're talking about Deji once more.
Yeah, no, I can't be arsed. I can't be arsed. Look, at the end of the day, all right, did you see the True Geordie show?
I saw how fucking batshit you were.
Wait, basically, Theo comes in today, he says, mate, how much were you on? He was like, how much were you on that True Geordie show? And then, you know, if you missed it, watch the highlights. I think the title. Yeah, because it is like, it's jokes.
But you actually weren't on because you're actually so obliterated, you were slurring
You're slurring your words.
I can't really remember a lot.
Jake
Paul! James Paul is a twat. No, but
how accurate was Geordie's prediction, by the way?
What on that? What it would be? He won $14,000.
Yeah, but he said like, oh, he's going to knock him out within the first 2 rounds. It's going to be like an overhand right-handed shot.
Exactly what
happened. It was exactly that.
Well, I suppose like, he interviewed him before the actual, like a couple of days before, didn't he? Yeah. So maybe that's what Jake said. I haven't watched that video, but I do know that like I was writing off the first 3 rounds. I was like, he's not going to do him. I was like, he's going to. Like, with Ben being a fighter, even though he may not be able to box, he's going to be able to defend himself.
You were so adamant as well. I can tell when you were
talking like that. I was like, I'm a good, boxing guru here. Like, proper before I knew what I was on about.
First round.
In
fairness, did you see that? One of the boys sent a video of Ben Askren literally eating punches in some UFC fight that he went on to win.
Yeah. Mate,
and then it took one punch. There was a lot of talk on the internet that this was a setup.
Hey, no, Jake Paul's
No, roll, you know an angle that I saw, right, Tom, roll this clip right now. Look, this was a fan in the crowd, and the way you can see the impact, like, that's a legit shot.
It's when Ben goes a bit limp. And the difference is when you will try to fake it, you will put something down to stop your fall and break your fall.
Yeah, well, you saw the lights go out, didn't you?
Which is really peak, because he lasted, did he last less than Gibb?
Really?
I think he did.
Because Gibb lasted a round.
Gibb lasted longer than MMA fighter Ben Askren. But at the end of the day, I don't think Ben actually gives a shit. He came off the ring just like laughing, like just finessed 600k.
From the outset, I mean, that's like what a lot of people are saying. He's getting the biggest payday he's ever gone, doubled and even more than he's ever gone.
And he probably put all that money on himself losing.
That's highly illegal.
That's incredibly
illegal. Go to Vegas. Well, they're not going to be like, oh, where'd you get that from?
I'm sure he did that, mate.
No, that would not surprise me.
Did you see Jake's Insta about the pay-per-views?
Well, like they're close to 2 million now.
Yeah, he said he generated 65 mil.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
But that's the thing. The question is now, like, obviously everyone's saying, how much they hate him, they're wanting to lose and all of that. But he's doing what he said he is going to do. He said, I'm going to become the biggest prize fighter on the planet. And like, is that where this is going? Is like the future of boxing fucking Jake Paul?
That would be incredibly dead. But at the same time, he's also not actually fought a pro boxer.
I know.
Technically, they're pros, but they're not.
No.
It's hands up. Like, he's fighting. It's like, I don't know the comparison. He's celebrating winning fuck all, basically. Yeah.
But at the same time, like most fucking professional boxers, in their first 3 fights, they're not going against world beaters.
I guess that's true.
Everyone, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, all of them, in their opening fight are literally against bus drivers.
You have to work your way up, I guess.
No, mate, literally.
No, I know. It's because you look at Tyson Fury's brother, what's his name? Tommy Fury. Like, he's for absolute bums, but that is
true.
There's been talks of him versus Jake. I think that'd be a class match.
Yeah, I know, but where's the clout? Like, as in, at the end of the day, Jake is either going to go against someone that he's like, well, I can beat him, or if there's any risk, that person needs to be bringing something to the table that's going to make this fight huge, and I guess he's like a KSI, like a
he's
someone
still
like that.
A name in the UK, and at the end of the day, who the fuck was Ben Askren?
Well, no, but he was sort of handpicked a little bit, as in like Jake's looking at him from the outset, going, "I know I'll be able to beat him." Whereas an actual boxer like Tommy, it's too much of a risk. I think.
Do you not
only
think
his third professional fight?
Logan Mayweather. Remember Logan Mayweather's happening.
Yeah, but is it? What's to say? Like I saw Floyd Mayweather come out and say how, like, when obviously the allegations of what Jake's apparently done, sexually, whatever, recently.
Oh, yeah.
The allegations that are against him of him doing some sort of assault. Anyways, Floyd Mayweather was quick to jump on that and, like, attack him. And I'm like, right, is Floyd now maybe eyeing up the fact that Jake Paul could be the real money fight here? Instead of Logan.
But then wasn't the Logan fight an exhibition match?
Oh, well, whereas this would have to be...
Jake wouldn't do an exhibition.
There are certain rules of that fight.
They could do an exhibition. Just because you're a professional fighter doesn't mean you can't do an exhibition.
But it's boring.
Yeah, but is it?
I don't think Mayweather Logan Paul will be that boring.
I think people just want to see the fight.
It'll be entertaining, but it's not going to be like watching Ben Askren getting like knocked to the floor. Like, that was exciting. You watched him get knocked out. That's what people wanted, essentially. Not him. They wanted it the other way around.
My point is that the fact that we got Mayweather Logan coming up, surely that brings to the table something for Jake Paul. It will encourage someone like a Conor McGregor or someone of that standard. You're like, oh, his brother's doing it. Mayweather's doing it. This obviously is like the big thing to do.
Well, I think, what I'm seeing more and more now is like the way the boxing almost is going to go, like, where the money will be is more in these sort of fights than actual legitimate boxing, because it's like they're doing these nights where it's a mixture. I mean, admittedly, it was a bit all over the place where you had like Snoop Dogg, then like someone else performing, then someone and sprinkled in with a bit of boxing. Yeah. It's almost like it's reality TV.
It's like WWE.
Yeah, it's a little bit WWE. But is that where it's going to all start going? And it may be that, McGregor or the likes of that will see, hang on, this is where the real money is at compared to actually the real sport, which will be a little bit like...
It's just another case of money dominating another sport.
Yeah, just like we've got with football.
The commentary was fucking annoying.
I know.
The commentary. Wait, one thing before we move on, that fight, like, why was it just zoomed in loads? Did you see that?
What?
Like
were you watching an illegal stream?
Yeah, you were watching illegally, weren't you? I don't know, mate. No,
Pete Davidson was funny on it. Did you see him?
No, we don't have any audio when we're on live. Yeah, you don't hear any of that.
He was mugging off the entire show. Just like, as one of the presenters, taking a piss out of the entire production.
Well, at least that's good.
Ruining it, yeah. It's quite funny.
But yeah, like, obviously, being on that True Geordie thing, mate, I didn't realise how... Because obviously I went like, after last week's episode when I was like, oh, boys, I'm like partying too much, I'm drinking too much. Obviously I hadn't drunk, didn't have anything. And it's almost like my tolerance must have completely become a lot more sensitive, because like I had a few and I was pouring like gentleman's measures. But like, bruv, like very quickly, I got fucking wankered.
Were you not wankered before you got there?
No, my first drink was as we went on air.
How was that even?
Because, mate, I had a bottle of Smirnoff, right? Tom, try and overlay some clips in, like, as I'm talking. But yeah, I had a bottle of Smirnoff, and they were just constantly giving me another monster. So I was never running out of drink for like a 4 or 5 hour show.
Was everyone else on the booze as well?
Oh, yeah, I think I was inspiring them. Yeah, it
went downhill for you.
Yeah, Believing Bruce and True Geordie was sort of had their shit together, whereas I was just, I just lost my...
And obviously when you were like... drunk and
you're watching fighting, you're getting all up for it.
Very confident, very
cocky wanker.
Very wanker material.
When you woke up in the morning,
I was still pissed.
But were you aware of what you had tweeted the night before?
What?
Mate, your tweets on level as a friend, they were really bad.
What is it like?
They came across awful. You know how you put to Deji, living rent free in your head? No, you're rent free in Deji's head.
No,
because
no, the other way around.
Yeah. Sorry. Because here's why. This is my thing. Deji has tweeted that.
Yep.
He's not atted you. No, he's not even talking to you. You're not even on his radar, mate. No. You've tweeted it saying, "Suck your mum, brother." Deji's probably like, brother.
Anyway, but yeah.
But Deji's at home probably like,
oh.
what have I done? I'm just sitting here watching a fight.
Yeah. No.
And it really escalated.
Yeah. It did. Obviously, retrospectively, not the way to go about it. I think what it is like in the back of my head with him and what he's about, it's just something that, I don't agree with.
You just don't like him. And he doesn't like you. And you just saw this tweet which had nothing to do with you. And you're like,
pissed.
Yeah, he's fucking coming for it. Because you were drunk as well, obviously heightened everything. Yeah. And now we're in this fucking situation.
Look, retrospectively, doing tweets to try and get at a man, I was like, probably not the way to go about it.
Probably.
But obviously, the way it, obviously did get under his skin. Obviously did rattle him a bit, the way he had to come out and then do a whole 4-minute monologue of saying the same thing over and over again. So what I'm saying is that, look, I'm going to make sure that when I drink and get feelings to, impulsively do things, maybe I won't tweet a man pointless shit like this, because it's, is right in the sense of it doesn't do me any favors. It doesn't make me look great. It just makes me look like a bit of a twat. Especially like what someone obviously screenshotted me as well is how my pinned tweet is like respect to anyone that's opened up about your mental health, which obviously something like I do like genuinely, obviously, as you know, like, I'm passionate about. And that completely is a contradiction, like pure hypocrisy. When I'm just literally just chatting shit to someone out of the blue, like I totally get how that does just make me look a bit of a twat.
I think when you're drunk, maybe like we just take your phone away from you.
Well, yeah. But it's interesting as well, like at actual boxing matches, like when you're there, in the crowd, fights break out loads. Mate, and it must be something to do with like when people are watching fighting, the whole like, alpha versus alpha. Yeah, it fucking like influences you because it happens on the regular.
Just constantly seeing people getting chucked out with these fucking tossers from like Essex, always from Essex for some reason. No offense, Essex people, but they always are in the chinos, and they just get kicked out because they're in fights. Chinos. Do you know what I mean? Like it's constantly happening. Yeah. Because these alpha males they see these boxers. Yeah. And they just want to. I don't know, something happens to their brains, like just explode or whatever. But realistically, a boxer would not do that. A boxer has respect about them, and they wouldn't just go into a street fight.
Exactly.
It does. I think hindsight, it's probably.
Yeah,
we've all done stuff when we're drunk that we regret in the morning. And I think.
Yeah, because I was like, that's not a representation of like what I'm about. Like just randomly out of nowhere doing that. But
can I tell you a quick update?
Go on, go for it.
So Luke, you saw it as well. You may have seen it. What? You said last week Jake Paul, the designer.
Yes, mate. This was amazing.
Yeah, mate. We got
he's actually Jake Paul, the designer for F1.
Tom, get this up, right? So this designer that was on an advert for LinkedIn called Jake Paul. That I was just like, I thought, have they done a little marketing thing here and gone, right, we'll use Jake Paul's name? No, that's his real name. He messaged us being like, Boris, don't take the piss. But yeah, like, save Geezer. Cool, should we save the Super League thing for a bit? Because that's going to be a big debate.
Yeah, and I think that also rub us off the wrong way and we'll be in a bad mood.
Yeah, I think we'll leave that to the end, the whole Super League football thing that's gone on. Because now, obviously, we have had a few questions come in.
Go on.
And I do believe that this is going to be quite an interesting one. Right. It goes, dodgy geezers chat up lines. Right? All right, you very young boys. I need you to give out some advice to boys who think it's a lovely idea to say things like this to girls after 2 days of normal conversation. Just think he needs a little help with the ladies and maybe to leave something to the imagination. Lots of love. Been a bloody Weller fan for years. Love the podcast. See you all in the bin. Right, are you ready for this? So imagine.
I thought it was a boy.
Yeah.
No, this is a girl. Right. I think it's her that's received this message. Okay. So he's obviously trying to seduce her with saying what he's going to do to her. But you have to, like, be honest here. So it's been 2 days. Yep. What do you guys think? Is this appropriate?
I don't know if I can handle this.
So, we're making out in the shower. I'll trace my fingers up your thighs.
Wait. It's not fucking... Why are you listening?
It's just a random Snapchat message.
To confirm, they're not actually making out in the shower. He said, we are making out in the shower.
This is him on Snapchat trying to...
Like a fantasy story.
Yeah, like sexting. But sexting after 2 days. I don't know. But yeah, I'll trace my fingers up your thighs, over your stomach and up to your chest. I'll tease your nipples for a bit before choking you again and gently fingering you.
Did you write this?
Did I write? I'll nibble your earlobe for a bit, then kiss down past your neck. I'll suck your nipples and flick them with my tongue, then kiss down your... Basically, it goes on... Oh, mate, going lightly...
Someone's listening to this with their parents.
Going lightly in circles, slowly at first, but then adding more pressure and going faster. Anyways. But this sort of thing, obviously, what I want to ask is, like, within your relationships that you've been in for a while now, do you ever do this sort of thing? Or are you saying that this is never appropriate ever?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably appropriate every now and again, but like after 2 days, are you really want to graphically going to be describing what you're doing, where clearly he's not going to do this?
Oh, we don't know that, but the thing
is... It's been 2 days and she's uncomfortable.
What's he thinking? Like, if I send her this, she'll really want to get in the shower.
But it's the same thing of like sending cock pics, mate. Like, why? Like, what is that about?
You out of all people know that when... No, I never said you did.
Okay.
But you out of all people know that when you get in this sexual mood, you can send any text. You don't know what you're going to be sending. Maybe he's just in that mood and he just accidentally sent this and it's
but I think backfired. Do you know what I think geezers lack a little bit? It's like awareness.
Yep.
Like awareness of how they actually come across.
Yeah.
It's like it's very easy to think to get almost focus on what you're feeling, your instinctive, the testosterone that starts running through your body, and the regard for how you may not even know how this is going to come across, what she's feeling, or any of that. But is that just like a male defect?
This also comes back to this whole porn thing, right? Because typically, like, we're the ones that watch porn.
Yeah.
right? And
how
much
typically?
Yeah, typically, like we are the majority of the audience. How much shit goes on in that like women do not like, but they do it because it's good for camera. So like instantly we see something and we think, oh God, like birds must love that, because when we're watching it from like a younger age. So as we grow up, we start to do these things where he's probably thinking she's loving the idea of this.
Yeah.
Like, no,
that's
she's
the
not,
worst,
mate.
isn't it?
But
Like,
that is dodgy. Yeah,
No,
because
she's
you
not.
probably train yourself almost.
he's probably at home thinking, oh mate, she's
she's
I'm
frothing.
coming out with absolute.
But really, she's screenshotting it for the Wafflin boys.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And asking us to seriously offer him some help. Do you know what I mean?
poor kid.
What, so
Fucked it.
do you not, when you, because you've sexted.
You have sexted,
But
Theo.
not
What sort of thing would you say?
Yeah, what would you say?
No,
you have said something.
No.
No, go on.
No, obviously, just no.
But when Janine was in Australia,
You
for
are
a long
going
time.
red.
Huh?
While she was in Australia.
I don't feel comfortable saying this.
Really?
Talk about how you wanted to go down under.
Did you say that? I really want to go down under with you, Johnine. John.
I didn't say
Her real
no.
name's John and then space
I've got
Neen.
so red.
Oh.
Can you get the pressure off me, please?
You're a
God,
sexual
what's your...
being. You are.
Tell me some of the stuff you sexed then. Go on,
Oh,
John.
don't.
You've never done it.
No.
Yes, you have.
No, but I will tell you
That's
one
one
thing. I'll
way.
tell you one thing out of nowhere, right? So my girlfriend went to get some energy drinks. You know, you have to be like, if you're over 16, you get IDs.
Oh, don't.
She didn't have her ID, but obviously she's 22, right? And she looks 22. She got IDs.
Mate, this is even
I
worse.
get-
And because she didn't have her ID, she wasn't allowed to buy them on
Mate.
2 separate occasions.
Well, no, something even worse.
What?
My mate, who's 27, went to go buy ibuprofen.
Not allowed.
ID, please. I don't have it. It's ibuprofen.
Do you boys not get ID'd when you?
No, I've got
Well,
beard.
yeah,
I get ID'd when I
do you know
buy
what he did
Monster
to me?
Energy.
I had a guy yesterday.
Yeah, but would you get refused if like...
No.
If I didn't have my ID,
Mate, I swear to God, I had a guy yesterday ask me to pull my mask down. He goes, it's all right. He's like, yeah, you look young with your mask on. And I pulled my mask down. I had a beard. And he was
Yeah.
like, that's fine. That counts as ID. If you've got a beard.
Whoa, I don't know.
What do you mean?
Because he had a beard, it makes him look older. But you've got a
Oh.
beard, but obviously you do look quite, you know...
You have a young face about you.
You do have, yeah.
A young soul.
That's why I have to have this. Otherwise, I do look 17.
Why look 17? Mate, we were in the alcohol section in Waitrose.
Whoa!
No.
Talk
Quality shot, very sorry. But basically, they kicked us out of the alcohol section.
That's not allowed.
Because we, I had my ID, but obviously she didn't have hers, and they were like, "Oh, how old are you guys?" And I'm like, 25. It's like, "Oh, you look very young. No, you shouldn't be in here."
Wait,
So
so you're in a supermarket, in an aisle, and then
Yes.
get out.
All I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say
yeah.
is this.
Yeah.
This is actual, right? This is age discrimination to the T, right? Because imagine if you were in there with your mum.
Yeah.
They're not going to be like, oh, is that your son? He can fuck off. Like, leave it outside.
Yeah,
they
innit?
would never, ever do that.
Innit?
Oh,
Yeah, that really winds me up.
I don't want to. I want to. Okay, can I tell you guys something that happened to me this week? I'm really quite.
Go on, quickly go.
I really hope it's happened to you both.
Go on.
And I don't want to make it sexual, but it is sexual. So I was in the shower.
Oh, God.
And I had just wanked. And no, you have to, please don't judge me on this one. Look, I'm hoping it's happened to you a lot. So I just finished and I looked down and it looks like my pubic area is quite swollen. I was like, what the fuck what's happened here? And I prod.
You know people are watching.
Yeah, but I could not tell you, boys. And I prod it. And it was my fucking bollock had gone up inside my pubic area, and I prodded it and went back down into my sack. Has that happened to you?
When I was about 7. Wait, you've had that?
That's the first.
I've had it where.
Yeah, you can put it deep within yourself.
but it
How
was
did
like,
it just
No,
end up?
I know. But it's
I'd never had that in my life,
Really?
and my bollock had gone up inside me.
I don't think it's natural for it to happen, like,
by
without
itself.
you releasing it there.
Well, no, it's because I had like.
Oh, because
How aggressively were you going? You smacked your balls up inside you.
No, I'd obviously climaxed, and it must have been chilly in the shower. That had gone right up.
No, they
balls
don't.
ain't dropped
They don't
yet,
go
does it?
right up.
No,
Oh,
I've
shit.
spoken to someone. They said it happens to them on the regular.
What?
So
Does this happen to you on the regular?
if you're out there and your ball accidentally goes up inside you, you're not alone.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you guys could have related to
Well, yeah, no, it's happened, but I mean, like,
that 10 years ago.
yeah. Flipping hell.
First time age 20.
Wait, this is an interesting one. Has Joe contributed to toxicity on the internet? Right? On the topic of Joe setting trends in early YouTube, I want to know your thoughts on this. During Joe's early years on YouTube, he and other big YouTubers took the piss out of people on the internet a lot. And these videos got a lot of views, especially from easily influenced young people.
Internet melts.
Yeah, internet melts. Basically goes on. Do you think that has actually been something that has pioneered this generation where people think they can just chat shit? And this is where I'm angry at going back to what I tweeted, because like I've fucking moved on since that shit. Just like chatting shit.
You let yourself down.
Yeah, I let myself down, mate. I fucking
earlier on in the episode.
No, but it happens.
The realisation.
No, mate, no, I've done it again. I'll just do it over and over. It's almost like very impulsive.
No, I think you actually genuinely have this like road rage where you see red and you just can't stop.
Yeah, I see red.
You've always had that, haven't you? You've always had that.
I see red, and it's like
even earlier, we were just like cunt.
Yeah, it's like
you see red, mate.
Yeah, I see red.
A lot of people do though. But you're realising this now, obviously, like half an hour into the episode.
Yeah, half an hour in, like while everyone's already commenting, Joe's such a cunt. Oh.
It's an interesting one though, because you did bully people for a living at one point.
No. Whoa. What I did is I would take stupid things that people did and take the piss out of those actions. It was never meant to be you as a person, I'm attacking you.
But now, because of the world we live in, it is seen as that.
Yeah.
But at the time, where it was a different world we lived in, it was like, oh, it's funny. Which it was funny.
I do find it interesting that now, like, taking the piss out of someone is considered toxicity. Like,
yeah, but it's get to a point, I think, because...
Oh, yeah, there's a line.
We are in a world now where literally, like, mate, let me show you this DM I got yesterday. Like, we're in a world where this happens on the reg.
Yeah, but it's basically like the impact. The impact. I hope you die.
Like that, that's a lovely.
Like, what's little Malfoy done wrong to deserve that? Do you know what I mean?
I'm just out here with my torn groins, boys. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, but it's true. It's true. Obviously, mate, like the abuse, the sheer abuse that I've received over the past couple of days. Like, luckily, no. Fortunately, like, I'm just so weathered to it now.
All I would say,
people that aren't, like, fuck me.
All I would say is last week we spoke about getting a virtual smack in the face, I think was...
Yeah.
It's very... These people abusing you, is that just your virtual smack in the face?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I've committed a very hypocritical... Crime.
It's funny that last week we were like, don't troll people, don't get idiot online, and then he just goes and fucking goes off on one to Deji for no reason.
Oh, fuck.
Poor little Deji.
He's a poor man. Right.
I didn't say that.
Okay, but like, still... Wait. Oh God, I've got issues, mate. But yeah, at the end of the day, as long as you learn from it.
Yeah, I'm
gonna learn from it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to
fucking on site if I see him.
Don't want to drag it up again, but you were pissed, and
yeah, but that's no excuse. When people say this, right?
You'll be sober today.
I was drunk.
Yeah, you are sober.
Yeah, I'm just still continue. Well, the next day when I was like rent fucking free, I was so sober.
Did you like send it and you're like, why have I done that?
No, I was just kind of like,
can't help it.
No, I know exactly what you were like. I know exactly what you were like. Oh, fuck this little prick. Fucking, I'm gonna fucking this tweet right here. This is the moral high ground. Exactly what happened, isn't it?
Game's a game. End of the day.
Oh, dear Lord.
Wait, can he not call the podcast crappy though?
Yeah, like attacking
we haven't done anything.
The boys are fine. It's just me. It's a knobhead. But saying this right. So when people say like, oh yeah, I was drunk, like if they cheat, if they do like bad things, like, but I blame it on being drunk. Like at the end of the day, if that's in you, that you did that because you wanted to in that moment, right? It's coming from somewhere. Like at the end of the day,
well.
But
I think cheating is a different level to everything. I don't think you could ever use being drunk as an excuse. I think you could use it as an excuse for actually going through with it. But I think if you did it when you were drunk, then had the time have come, you would have done it when you were sober. I think you definitely...
Cool.
Sorry, just thinking. Go on.
You definitely do things that in your normal character you wouldn't do when you're sober.
And also, I think you can take banter too far. Like, I think there's no doubt in my mind that when you were doing those tweets...
I was bantering and having a laugh.
Yeah, but it did not come across as banter.
No.
Really I could tell that you were probably like, ha, 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 and meanwhile, Deji's probably at home just like, this is so unnecessary. we're all sitting there, we'll wake up in the morning, I gotta go on Twitter. Oh, just put my phone down.
Literally, the first video I saw it, I was like, oh, and then I searched Weller, and I hadn't even I forgot you were on. I forgot you were on True Geordie that night. So then I searched like Weller into the search bar, and it was just like all of the tweets are like Weller's fucking pissed. Like, how drunk is Weller? Someone send Weller home, and it's just like, oh. I was like, he must have got steaming last night.
Look, absolutely. But look, it's what it is. Yeah, I think the worst thing about the regret the following morning with alcohol is like when you've done something that doesn't fairly represent what you know you're about.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And it's like, I think that's it more than anything. Like, even though I don't like Jezzy as an individual, like, it's more of just acting like that is out of like who I actually am as an integral part of my character. Yeah. So that's the only frustrating bit.
Anxiety, that's an interesting one, isn't it?
That's one, yeah. No, I definitely had that yesterday. Definitely.
You get that after a certain night out as well sometimes.
What, bag?
I think more or less every time I get, because I tend to get, if I drink, I get pretty fucked up. And most days I'll wake up the next day thinking like, why have I done half the stuff I've done?
I'm going to go run a triathlon today. Yeah. I don't feel like a piece of shit.
Was that what you did?
Well, obviously I do a day after. I just go out and do some excessive exercise to make myself feel
better. That is because you're like compensating, because the day before you would have felt so shit. You're just like, wow, what a waste of space.
Well, I'll tell you, someone that can't make this better, well, hopefully he can, is another question from an individual that we've had sent in.
Go on.
The tagline is Weller in head during sex. It's like in his head.
Oh, God.
Hi, wafflers. No, mate, I don't know actually. Like, I want to get your guys' view on this and yours, because I don't. How's he meant to stop this? Hi, wafflers. A couple of months back during sex, I started picturing Joe saying, ready. Joe saying his mannerisms like, in order to last longer. It worked well, but now it's become a problem because during sex, all I can think about is stuff like Joe doing an ad read for Manscaped.
Hey guys!
Or like, or some shit. The more I try not to think about it, the more I think about it. So how do I get him out of my fucking head?
So let me get this straight. Some blokes like try and think of like, I don't know, like a grandma or like something weird.
I think of Maryland cookies when I'm trying to diffuse my sexual...
Yeah, food. Entice you a bit more normally, wouldn't it?
What?
You love food.
Cookies?
I don't know. Anyways.
What do you think of?
Yeah, go on, Theo. What do you think of?
I don't know.
My dad. Start thinking of my dad.
No, I never said that.
Everyone thinks of something.
Yeah, and like, he just thinks of you.
What do you think of?
I think I just stare at a wall and just try and zone out and like, concentrate, Theo. Don't spunk it in 10 seconds. Like, doesn't usually work.
But yeah, like what? But actively thinking of a boy, if you're a heterosexual male,
and it's you out of all people,
and it's me doing an ad read for Manscaped.
It probably does work though.
Like, it put me off.
I'm sure that's putting him off. What are you doing?
So boys, whenever you next have sex, try it.
No. The worst thing is,
don't think about it, boys.
The more you say don't think about it, don't fuck, I'm thinking about it.
Guys, whatever you do, don't think about it.
Oh,
everyone's thinking about
it. You probably just keep in such
so many relationships.
There's probably a couple sitting together, like getting in the mood, and you're just like, don't think about it.
If there's a couple watching right now, I know you are. You're enjoying yourself, aren't you? Well,
ruined it.
Just think of this mug.
You just cockblocked something.
Anyways,
that is the worst.
I know.
I don't even know how to help him, because like we could say, well, just don't think about it, but
he's gonna think about it, not thinking about it.
Yeah,
rent free.
He needs to.
You are rent free in a lot of blokes' heads.
Not Deji's.
No.
Wait, real quick. This is really random.
Go on.
Did you see Thingy Buffer when he announced the
Bruce
name?
Buffer?
The guy who did the fight.
Yeah, okay.
He called Ben Askew. Did you see it?
No.
He goes, Jake Paul went, Ben Askew. It's like, oh.
Ice Cube. Fair play. Well, no, I didn't. Now, something else that I saw commented on our last episode was Briefcase Mongers would be a class name for the Wafflin fans. Now, I've been promoting this for a while now.
You're desperate to get us
Our
cancelled.
editor keeps bleeping it.
Yeah, because we're telling him to.
No.
Obviously you should.
Why?
You can't say
it's
that.
Not Briefcase Mongers.
No.
That's quality.
That's not what these guys are.
What's wrong with that?
Define that word for me.
No, don't even try and define it.
Go on, define it, and then don't call our fan base that.
It goes, Briefcase Mongers equals Wafflin Mafia Watcher. That basically means you watch the podcast in code.
Code?
Yeah.
Don't try and Google what Mong means.
No, look, at the end of the day, I just think it's a brand. Like,
it's a brand? It's a terrible brand.
No, it's a brand. Like, you drink Monster Energy. Oh, I don't want to eat a Monster. Well, it's scary. No, but it's a brand, so it has a new meaning based on that brand.
You don't drink Monster, though, do you?
That could be a drink that we make.
No.
We could make Monster Energy.
Mate. What's next on the agenda?
Do we to read it?
No.
Do you want me to define what
you're saying? Okay, go on,
saying?
define it. No, do you think it's a good idea?
No. Absolutely not.
Oh gosh. Well, no. I mean, at the end of the day, like.
But it is. I mean, I know where. Obviously, you got the briefcase thing from the in-betweeners.
Yeah, right? I thought it was briefcase wanker.
Yeah, then briefcase mong.
Yeah, there is that. That is also said.
That's wanker.
It's weird that we've got this freaking thing where it's like
this darn thing.
Yeah, this freaking thing where it's like on one hand it's like, oh, everyone really be politically correct, but then okay, we're doing it because we don't want to make anyone feel bad. Well, but then it's just like, mate, why can't we just have a laugh?
You're not actually using
having a laugh.
You're not using that word as a derogatory.
We need to be able to take the piss and have a laugh.
It is insensitive.
Like, yeah, that
isn't it? No one on this planet is a mong, is a briefcase mong. No one is. No, it's a fucking made up term.
No, it's not.
But
you could argue that every single word is a made up term, really.
It's not a made up term.
Every word. Just in the definition. He's like, fuck, cancel the last 10 minutes.
Bleep. You have a briefcase.
Briefcase is alright, you can say that.
Yeah, but
briefcase.
Oh, okay. Overall,
just shorten it. They can be the
briefcase wassellers.
Wassellers.
The briefcase wassellers.
Briefcase.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't know what to do. Do you want to see some photos of me on the way home from the True Geordie thing?
That's gonna be fun.
Ready? Get him up now. So this is me in the taxi. One.
Wait, what time is that?
Well, it was more. Oh my God.
The slug. The slug.
Wait, there's me. Wait. I wasn't if I wasn't.
Hey, were you just in this Uber on your own?
Yeah.
The driver.
Yeah, the driver was. The driver's just there as I'm just. He's like, I wasn't. Like, fuck?
Get home safe. Get home safe.
What's happened to your F's? Sace.
Never go.
Never go full. But yeah, at the end of the day,
Well then.
Just got to back yourself, really, and just to realise when you fucked it and just come back stronger.
Is that why you sent the next tweet? As in the rent free, where you just like, well, now I got a firm.
You're backed.
You've done
double down.
Back down like I should, or just
no. It's just like now he's doing it. Well, it's fact he did a video. Like
obviously he did a video.
Why would you obviously do a video? He's got a problem, mate. Message me.
What? Like you did him?
You just attacked him publicly. Boys. Like 2 million followers.
Okay, guys, I'm a massive hypocrite. I need to have a look at myself. Realistically, I do. But at the end of the day, like,
don't say game's the game.
The game ain't the game. Just sometimes you fucking spark him out. No, I'm playing up to that. I'll stop talking. Anyway, what's next on the agenda? I mean,
I can tell you a little story that happened to me, lads. It will blow you away. Trust me on this.
Okay, everyone, see this one. Let's play a game of everyone right now has to keep a straight face. You're not allowed to laugh. No. See if you can keep a straight face. Right, go.
It's completely not funny at all. You are actually quite lucky to still be talking to me. I was a foot away from death this week.
Lost.
I swear to God, I was a foot away from death. Yeah. I'm not even joking.
How?
You fucking why? Doesn't give a shit.
No. This is bullying. This is bullying to me now.
Mate, you're a cyclist like me. So I got clips recently. You know what clips are?
What, like,
when you clip into the bike? No, what is it? You clip into the bike and you can't get out unless you outclip. You know when you've
never seen them in my life, but anyways, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so when you clip,
you know when you're clipped,
I get it. Oh, yeah. Okay, those. I thought you meant on your hands.
No, these are my feet.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This has really hit me. So I clipped in, and obviously, like, I'm not used to it, so I haven't practiced much. And the important thing is when you're in traffic, you should unclip. Otherwise, if you're stuck in, you can't put your feet down, so you just fall over.
How do you unclip?
You twist your ankle. It's quite easy.
Oh!
It's quite easy, but if you...
you didn't injure yourself,
for an injury-prone guy, really smart thing to do.
Yeah, well, it really backfired. So, obviously, I fell off the first time in, like, cycle lane into a car. That really backfired. But
Wait, sorry, you fell off into a car?
Yes.
Yeah.
Surely they were livid.
Well, no, because they were technically in the...
Does it look like proper, like, pathetic?
Mate, is this one of them where... And I'm just
slow motion.
Obviously, I get up, pretend I'm okay, but there's like a tear.
Did you start crying?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Had you been skiing?
I had been very skiing. Yeah, I was very
Red
skiing
when he goes really red.
Really red.
And I was like shaking because I wanted to cry, but I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then we were crossing a road, and it was a dual carriageway. Okay, so there's 2 lanes, and it was a red light you shouldn't cross, but there was no cars coming, so I was like, I'll go.
Oh, classic cyclist cunt. That's what they do.
Yeah. But
fuck the rules.
it was my mistake. It was my mistake. But
my defence.
my mistake. But before the traffic lights, there's a curve, so you can't actually see round the corner on the dual carriageway. And just as I pull out, Cal shouts, "Car!" Because these 2 cars, like, I'm speeding around like 50 mile an hour. I'm just like halfway out off the pavement onto the road. Obviously, I'm clipped in. What do? Slam my brakes.
Yeah.
And I fall.
Yeah.
Into the road.
Right.
And this car has had to like skirt. And Reeve said I was about that far away from my head getting crushed. Yeah, so...
Yeah, but you're wearing a helmet, weren't you?
That's not going to take a 2-ton car.
Well, it's a fucking 50 mile an hour car.
Yeah.
But all I'm going to say is...
I would take the piss... Like,
You just...
That's right, that's right.
Like, jokes aside, I was legit... That was probably the closest I've ever been to death.
But you ran a red light.
Nah. It was safe to go.
No, it wasn't, because you almost died.
What, so it was red? The light was red?
He ran a red light.
Why'd you do that, Theo?
It was a crossing for a walking person to cross the road, and obviously it was my mistake.
Let's see. I reckon cyclists should pay road tax, right? You use the roads, like, and you actually act like you're fucking above everyone. You do.
You are one of them.
I am one of them. But
we use cycle lanes.
I cycle on the back roads round here so that I don't interfere with main traffic. People that go on main roads that are busy traffic, they deserve...
Wait, I was on a walking crossing. Obviously, I fucked it by
starting riding on the pavement?
Oh, you fucking bastard. No, I just fell into oncoming traffic. It's not that big of a deal.
Well...
I'm only a foot away from death. But yeah, I really fucked it, and I've really, really cut my knee open until I just kept bleeding. Just wouldn't stop bleeding. Yeah.
Well, I mean, hopefully that you do get away, come back. Oh, I
no, that was a waste of 5 minutes.
No, I'm glad you're still alive, but hopefully you've learnt your lesson is what I'm trying to say. While I was trying to look at the next topic to keep the clogs going. Right, now this one, I cried again.
Oh, God.
Why'd you keep crying?
Nah, it wasn't a proper cry.
Oh, wait, this is you?
2 different times. Nah, I've actually humiliated myself enough.
What's so humiliating about crying?
No, because I'm on this roll at the moment of just embarrassing myself. I just need to stop.
Yeah, but
crying is not embarrassing.
No, but like it does depend.
No, the reason why I'm crying.
It's not just because he's a boy.
I admitted to crying because my girlfriend went on holiday.
No, but guys, like I tidied the kitchen.
I'm so proud of myself.
No, so we finally cleared out the kitchen. And obviously it's a really good sense of fulfillment, isn't it? Anyways, that wasn't what made me cry, because I was halfway through doing it. And my girlfriend made herself a crumpet with Marmite on.
Oh, she didn't make you one.
And then she let me have a bite. And it was really good. Really good, and it hit somewhere deep within me.
You started crying because you ate a crumpet with Marmite.
Yeah.
That's pessy.
No, it was...
that is pessy.
No,
Mate, so let me get this straight.
You know when you can feel yourself welling up?
Yeah, and you started, your lips started to tremble.
Yeah, I was instantly started laughing about it. And then another time it happened. Wait. So True Geordie, right? The night he got me a hotel to stay at.
Thank you, Brian.
No, he got me a hotel.
Reviving my YouTube career.
Fuck yourselves. You cunts.
I really appreciate the invite.
You twats.
I thought everyone had forgotten about me.
You're all dickheads. You are dickheads.
That's why we're here, though.
Yes, okay. Oh, but listen, no. I have decided to bring my girlfriend.
How many times have you mentioned?
Oh, guys, she's downstairs.
But he's laughing.
Wait, actually, just
probably hear
just
this.
Interrupting quick. This is the first time we've ever had someone else in the house while we
filmed
an
Wafflin.
episode.
Oh yeah. So this.
Taste, right?
No, yeah. So basically, we were in the hotel that True Geordie got me, and sort of just like made love, and I no, it's not like it started. Nah, I'm gonna fuck off now.
No, you started crying after like.
No, yeah, I just fuck myself.
Wait, because that's not the first time you've cried during sex.
Anyways, this?
Or after sex.
No, wait.
Is that how it's meant to look?
Did you cry after or during?
Sort of upon entering.
What?
Upon penetration.
Let's leave now. Let's leave it because obviously your goal growing up was to have sex.
Yeah,
and obviously because you love her so much, you just can't actually believe that you're having sex with her, and it's a bit emotional. Like for example, when you cried over the clean kitchen, like it's so rare that your kitchen. Mate, Tom, you'll be able to see that land in my fucking mouth.
Leave me alone, everyone. Look, I just think, like...
It's good to be in touch with your emotions.
Nah, but at the end of the day, like, have I just become a massive twat now? Like, am I just a dickhead?
More of a melt.
No, but exactly. Like, categorically, like...
You are a melt.
Because I just don't give a toss about people's opinions of me anymore, but almost, like, do I care about... It's when I start to think, oh, no, wait, I am actually a twat.
So you care about your own opinion.
It's like I value, but when like I get like all the nerditrons like just like atting me shit, like fuck off.
But then if your opinion of you,
yeah. So
if you start thinking you're a twat, that's surely only based on the fact that everyone is messaging you saying you're a twat.
No. Like it'll be if I then have the thought, oh wait, is this a bit wet what I've just done here, and I start realizing that like maybe not. Whether someone's inspired me to have that thought or not, it's like...
You cleaning the kitchen and crying is just being emotional. That's not being a twat.
No, I just talk about it in general, just like, am I just a wanker? So I saw a comment, like, you're saying, oh yeah, Joe's just a wanker now. And I'm just like, wait, he's actually right.
I mean, you also do touch on, like, really positive stuff.
Yeah, but I'm just a massive hypocrite wanker. I should just go fuck myself.
Oh, I don't think that's
No, I just should. Why do I bother?
Oh, we're going to have a third one.
No, why do I bother? I just shouldn't
You
bother.
actually shouldn't think like that because no matter how much toxic banter you get, this podcast is very important to a lot of people. And you actually bring a lot of joy and positivity to a lot of people.
I think
and that right there is straight facts.
A lot of people probably would have known the Deji thing wasn't... Like I think it was quite obvious to see you weren't like being 100% deadly serious.
Well, when he doubled down on the living rent-free.
Yeah, maybe
you got to remember that on Twitter, it's a completely different audience than, for example, on here. On here, you actually have like humans.
But also...
Whereas on Twitter, you've sort of just like these like virgin bots.
Yeah, they're no,
no, it's very true because obviously
Twitter's
football Twitter's actually been backing me recently, but in normality, football Twitter is just AIDS and it's complete toxicity. Like, Twitter is the worst place for toxicity. Instagram, they're taking steps to remove that. Twitter, free game.
Anyone that hasn't got themselves as their Abby on Twitter.
As their own profile photo.
Is a fucking virgin.
You know what you should actually do?
What's that?
Just turn off replies.
What do you mean?
On your tweets?
What, no one can reply to
but then you want to engage. You want to engage with fans.
No. You turn it off on certain tweets.
I don't give a toss.
It does seem like you might do a little bit.
No. I don't give a toss what they like. They can make their comments. Like at the end of the day, like I tweet not just to like have no replies. They can reply if they want. It's more of just like when I want to be a bit more less impulsive and a bit more like my genuine self.
Yeah. That does, that purely comes down to you. But I definitely think, I know it's all well and good saying, it's your thought, but you said people were saying you're a wanker now. That obviously invoked that thought.
Basically, again, hypocrite.
I think
just contradict myself constantly. That's all I do.
All you need to do is just take a step back and just breathe. Like before you speak impulsively, just
Impulsive.
How else do you
say? Impulsively is the show.
That's the podcast.
Fuck off. But all you need to do is just take a breath before you speak.
I need to be a little bit more Theo.
Yeah.
Mate, think about it. Think of me back at like college or something.
Grade A twat.
Cunt.
Bellend.
So I'm still 17 inside? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying like maybe that you just need to sometimes take a moment before you react to something.
Yeah, because when you do take a moment, Joe, you actually come out with some really thought-provoking and positivity. You really do, mate.
Yeah.
That is true. Another set of facts from Baker.
It's good that we sort of come
Do
down.
I delete the tweets?
Nah.
Because that's a pussy move, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what I was like, I'm not going to do that.
If you delete the tweets, you have to message Deji apologising.
Oh, but then... I know, but he's also a wanker.
You also got to apologise for this episode.
No, he's also... Fuck that.
No, but if you actually are genuine... Because I know you don't like him, but you also recognise what you did pretty wrong.
Yeah, there is way.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? Because you don't have to. You can still apologise to someone or say that I regret doing that, and you can still.
You don't have to like
fucking
them.
bum lick him, mate. You don't have to be like, oh, we're best friends now. No, it's not going to happen. You get what I'm saying?
Like, mate, I've fully done shit where I've not wanted to apologise, but I have apologised because there's like the person inside of me has said, you should apologise.
And also there's that thing of you don't want to apologise because like, I don't want to fuck him. Like, he didn't deserve my apology. But like, at the same time, you also realise that it's the right thing to do.
But...
Or you don't.
But it might not necessarily be. It has to be right for you. I still think if you do an apology, it has to come from within. It has to be like I actually want. I want to apologise.
You have to mean it, yeah. And maybe not. You're not ready to.
But all I'm saying is that doesn't mean you have to like that person to apologise.
Yeah,
but you do have to. Actually
and also don't feel pressured into apologising just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
That's the worst. When someone apologises and it's disingenuous, it's like fuck off, you twat.
But if he comes and tries to jump me, I will fuck him up.
Well,
like,
obviously,
straight up.
He's not going to jump you, is he?
Oh,
you're not going to fucking walk into him.
Fucking do it, mate.
He's got like schizophrenia or something. There's like 3 different people inside there. Just
mate, there actually is. I think I've got like split personality disorder. Wouldn't surprise me if I would get diagnosed with something like that. So I can literally be almost multiple different people. I can be the most hateable cunt ever, or I can be someone that's really like, you know, lovely, genuine, really caring, really just helpful for people to listen to, or I can be funny, or I can just be totally not funny and fuck it. Like, as in
cry over a clean kitchen.
Yeah, or it's like you never know what you're gonna get. I'm like actually really like, unpredictable.
Isn't that a
Maybe I should go and see someone.
No, I didn't say that. What did you call him?
Well, schizophrenia. That's when you have like multiple different personalities.
Multiple borderline person.
Psychopath?
I don't know.
Well,
psychopath.
I don't know what that means.
Bipolar is when you're like. I think that's when you're like really low, then really high. Then
oh, okay. So just schizophrenia then. I don't think you are. I think you're just hormonal.
No, that's where people
hormonal.
You're very hormonal, and you are
very horny. If you've been crying recently, that's like an estrogen thing.
Estrogen.
That is
what?
No, it is,
so I'm becoming a girl.
No, you got less.
I'm beginning my transition. Wait, what? You can't say it. What? I can banter. Fuck off. I can banter about that, mate.
I think you need more test.
Mate, I've got testosterone, natural as well. I don't fuck before anyone says.
Wait, do you think it's because you're spunking too much?
Spunking too much?
Because if you're constantly releasing all that, that's essentially
I've got an imbalance of zinc and magnesium, and
what?
That's the main things that you release when you spunk.
Do you know this?
Well, I remember reading it.
Why am I crying all the time?
No. When you spunk, within your spunk, you have lots of zinc and magnesium, and I think potassium as well. So it's good to replenish those things. I don't know if they're responsible for crying.
Zinc is good.
Do you know what the most Do you know what the most expensive liquid on Earth is?
Spunk.
Horse spunk.
Mate, someone has to wank them off.
No, I think they have to wait for it to naturally occur. It naturally occurs every day.
No. Someone that I know as a friend that allegedly, they're
allegedly
one load of they spunk. He's like worth hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, no, it is.
So, and how they get it, they have to someone has to wank them off.
Well, you know, it's illegal to do that.
Likewise with dogs. So someone has a bulldog that's really, really good, pure, good genes, and he wanks him off categorically. He wanks him off and then collects the spunk and then sells it on. This is the done thing.
That is illegal.
How's that not what? Is it?
What they're meant to do is
assault?
No,
what you can't assault a dog.
No, what you can. Yeah, of course you can assault a dog.
No, you can't.
Dogs have
feelings. A dog up the arse. That's assault.
What?
Of course it is.
No, but assault is like to another human. It would be some offence. Don't get me wrong.
Mate, what they have to do with the horse is basically the legal thing to do with a horse is that when they start shagging, you sort of like rag them away.
How can you rag it away? You seen how strong they are, buddy? I'm telling you that you spunk them off.
Wait, have you not seen Jackass where they get that like stallion? They get that stallion's cock into like some sleeve and he like shags it, spunks into a milk bowl and then they drink it.
Wait, no. They also they changed what's the main guy Johnny's Knoxville's face cream for like 6 months, and then they announced in front of a university that he'd been using horse spunk for 6 months.
That's expensive face cream.
Yeah, well, it's Jackass, isn't it? Anyways.
But when you do spunk on yourself, it is actually... Oh, okay. No, it's like really soft.
No, apparently it is good for the skin.
Yeah, no, it's quality.
Well, you got soft skin.
Boys, we have got one thing we need to talk about before we wrap up.
Oh, go on then, buddy.
Well, the big news of the day, the week, probably for everyone.
Yeah, we have to precipice this by saying that we are recording on the Monday. So all the news we know is as of Monday, which inevitably a lot is going to change.
Yeah, there's going to be more. Yeah, but overall, basically, there's been this announcement of the Super League.
Yep.
Which is where there's going to be, 15 founding members.
12 at the moment.
12 at the moment, 15 overall, and then there'll be 5 extra places that are up for grabs based on actual competition. And it's basically getting rid of the whole thing of like, look, football is a game to play for, where you get is to play for.
The pyramid system.
Yeah, rather than buying your way or being of a certain like stature in order to get into a league or tournament or whatever.
It ruins the merit of football. You will no longer, if this goes ahead, you will no longer see the likes of Leicester City winning the Premier League and getting in the Champions League, because there will be no Champions League.
Yeah,
they're saying that this will run alongside the Champions League. No, that's not going to happen. There won't be a Champions League,
or at least the Champions League would not have the same value that it does now.
Exactly,
it would be like, oh, we're in the Champions League, and it's like, who
and actually,
cares?
According to Rule L9 of the Premier League rulebook, it states that a club cannot enter a competition that isn't a already registered competition, i.e. FA Cup, Community Shield.
Also new ones.
If you enter a different competition, i.e. you create your own Super League, you are breaking the rules of the Premier League and you will be expelled. And you've already seen that players have been banned from the Euros, banned from the World Cup. So all these players that are playing for their clubs right now, if you play for United, if you play for Liverpool, whatever, you are not going to be playing in the Euros.
Yeah, or the World Cup.
Or the World Cup.
And what was the other thing? Are they not potentially getting kicked out of the Premier League?
Yeah.
And if they want to start again, they have to go to the 5th tier, which is like the National League. Conference.
They'll be playing Eastbourne Borough.
And it's interesting talking about like banning the players, because it seems harsh to punish them for what their clubs have done. But
that's the only way.
Yeah, is there any other way?
It's brutal on the players. The players do not deserve this. They just simply don't, but they have no say in it. The only way this will get fixed if a player from a club that is in the European Super League, i.e. not Ozil, Podolski, the guys that already spoke
like Marcus Rashford,
those boys who are playing right now, if they speak out against the club, it will stop it. Because if they don't play for the club, clubs don't exist.
Well, do you think the fans kicking off, it means nothing?
The fans will help massively, because if the fans aren't watching, the fans aren't going to the games, the fucking whole competition's pointless.
Boys, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to unfollow LFC on Twitter and Insta, because I've...
Oh.
No. But what I'm saying is it needs to start. Like, we need to start taking away their revenue streams. What? Imagine if they start losing millions of followers.
Mate, they are nothing without the fans and the players. Fuck all.
So what we've obviously seen certain people say is like, right, how does this actually negatively affect the fans of the clubs that are playing in this? So like, Chelsea, Man United, whatever fans, like surely there's actually nothing it's going to fuck you up with.
The wider picture is that these clubs will actually benefit from it. Yeah. The rich get richer and the poor will just get
it's very
poorer.
Tory views.
Yeah, exactly. It will take away the revenue stream. It will take away the structure of the revenue that gets trickled down through the league and will just stop it, essentially.
As a fan of Liverpool, one of these clubs, like, I don't just care about Liverpool. I love football in this country and across Europe. Yeah. Like, I want it to constantly, like, think of the top 4 battle this season. Who's going to get it? Leicester, West Ham in the Champions League? Like, what the fuck? That's amazing.
Do you remember Celtic Barcelona? Mm-hmm. They had like 10% possession. You will never see that again. Ever.
Well, Celtic won, didn't they?
Yeah, they won with 10% possession. It's ridiculous. It is an abomination.
It's just segregating and making and I think it's that, like, what obviously we saw Jeremy Lynch say, like, isn't football about where you want your club to do well at the expense of others? So the fans of those clubs that are in the Super League, it's like, well, why do you care? Because your team's going to be playing football. But that is a very just like Tory mentality.
It's a narrow-minded
I only care about myself. At the end of the day, like, if you love the sport of football, surely you want there to be a system that can work for everyone and make the sport be as great as it actually is.
And not only that, the timing of this is so out of touch. Like the chairmen, the CEOs are so out of touch with the real world. Like, there are so many clubs right now that are struggling to stay afloat. They'll go bankrupt. Loads of clubs will be fucked.
Especially coming out of the pandemic.
JP Morgan are committed £6 billion quid. 6 billion in the midst of a global pandemic. You will get 300 million just for signing up to this league, which is more than winning the Prem and Champions League currently, which again is a problem. Like the Champions League need to change its format. They need to restructure the money because
fuck this like Americanization of everything as well. Because one of the big things was the American owners. I think it was a quote, or at least it was like a known thing. They didn't understand the concept of relegation.
Joel Glazer? Yeah, he had no fucking clue.
One of those idiots.
And actually, Sky Sports spoke to a board member at one of the 6 English clubs, obviously had to stay unnamed, and they were saying within the clubs, the board is split. Some obviously want it, some are against it, but the people that are against it don't actually have the power to speak up because the chairmen, CEOs own them. They don't have the power to speak up. And they said the number one priority now is at every club is to generate revenue and profit. And the second priority is the world of football. Because last year, before the pandemic hit, those top 6 clubs lost 1.1 billion, which is peak. Don't get me wrong. But starting your own Super League is not the answer.
Yeah, like to try and make all that money back. Like, no, you're literally fucking everyone else.
The thing is as well, people say that this is just a ploy to get what they want, which is actually less than this. So you do something so outrageous against the Champions League that you sort of meet in the middle ground.
Compromise.
But I don't think it is, because Ed Woodward, all these, like the Arsenal chairman just resigned from the ECA, and it's just like...
What is the ECA?
It's like the European...
It's something to do with the only like club association
that
UEFA recognise. So it's like the official club association.
So what would resigning that mean? Why are they all resigning
away from it? You can't compete in it, essentially.
What, can't compete in
Champions League and
I'm
whatnot?
they're actually accepting that they're not going to compete in the Champions League.
They stepped away from it.
What? And they can't get back now.
UEFA have already come out and said you will not compete in.
Oh shit! So it's almost done then. So is it not reversible?
This is the thing though. Like everyone says, it's not going to go ahead, but I genuinely think it will go ahead because you've done unreversible damage. Players are banned.
Are they? What?
From the Euro, they are banned. They've come out and officially said it.
Shit, boys.
I think it's weird, isn't it? Because we spoke about like Seaspiracy the other week and saying how like the big boys need to do something, and I think what we also missed out is that although it's easier working from the top down, it does also work from the bottom up as well. And the same applies here. Like football fans need to actually boycott games.
Yeah.
Unfollow your clubs on social media. Yeah. If Sky and BT like do try and get involved in this and to get like TV rights, even like highlights and whatnot, cancel your membership. Like, you need to take the money out of the game.
I genuinely think BT and Sky won't, because they're also pissed off that they're going to lose out on Champions League viewing footage.
Didn't you say that DAZN are the ones that own the broadcasting rights?
Apparently DAZN are doing it.
Right. Another bunch of American fucking
they're trying to buy everything, aren't they? Like boxing, football, just
they just want everything. They paid like KSI and Logan.
Yeah, that is the thing. So it's just sort of like, it's mental how just money does dictate everything.
But money runs the game, mate, and it's been running the game ever since the Premier League was formed.
This is why Germany.
Yes, that's what
their clubs are 51%.
So all clubs in Germany are 51% owned, which means if Bayern Munich and Dortmund said yes to this, they're fucked, because the fans obviously wouldn't get on side of it. And
they wouldn't be able to, because the fans own 51%.
Yeah. So
and the same goes to, the weirdest thing is that PSG were like, nah.
Yeah, mate, I found out.
Mate, out of all the clubs, PSG said no, but that's because the French league said no to it, I think.
Yeah, so they're only abiding by the Premier League.
And actually, I think PSG said no because
now they can win the Champions League.
They can win the Champions League, yeah.
Oh my God.
By default.
Yeah, like PSG is the only good club left.
But
we got Leicester.
I'm fully backing it as obviously a fan of one of these 6, mate. I want to see my club booted out. If they don't rescind their decision to go into this, I want them out of the Premier League, out of the Champions League.
There's 2 things from that. One is that it's such an elitist group that like it gets rid of everything about football. Football, even with the Champions League, there's so many flaws with the Champions League, but a club from fucking Ireland, like Dundalk, like they can get to the Champions League if they win enough games. Like, there is a possibility they can get. They play in Champions League qualifying games in August, all right, even though they're in the Europa League this year, but who cares? With this elitist European group, you can't get in it.
It eliminates all the dreams that potentially could be there.
What sort of competition is one that you can just
mate,
buy yourself?
So boring. It's so boring.
Yeah.
It's going to be so boring.
You don't want to watch Arsenal against Barcelona every 4 weeks, surely.
No, like, it'll be shit.
It makes it so exciting because you play Barcelona once every 3 years.
Yeah.
And that's why you're like, fuck, this game's going to be
game.
massive.
Yeah. By the way, Theo's camera's dead, so he's going to have to just use this one for the second. But yeah, no, it's true. I think at the end of the day, active things that us Wafflin Mafia members can do to stop this. Unfollow your club. Get there. You know, obviously, don't tweet him abuse and all that shit, because, I mean, that's like we've learned. That's not the way to go about things. But as well, don't go to games. If Sky and BT like start showing it, like fucking cancel your subscription. I don't know, but like it's the ultimate thing of like take the money out of the game, take the money away from these people.
That's why it's important that you do actually see the likes of Gary Neville and whatnot actually speaking out on Sky.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's actually quite a big statement.
Well, they'll resign. I think they'd resign if they started showing that.
Yeah, I
think
agree.
they'll resign.
But I mean, they have to now.
I don't think Sky would. I really don't think they would. They've had so much. They've been so against it already. I really don't think they would. Well, I'd like to think that. Be interesting to see this weekend at the Cup final because I've seen a lot of City fans refund their tickets.
Yeah, apparently the City fans are all refunding their tickets. They're not going to go.
Apparently there's going to be protests tonight at the Liverpool game.
Elland Road. Monday night football.
I just want to see. Obviously, they might have come out and said it by the time this goes out, but I want to see that Jurgen Klopp could become a cult hero. That's the thing. You saw like the Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel come out and just be like, "Oh look, I don't make those decisions." He can't.
I did feel a bit bad for him as well. It's such an awkward position.
Yeah, they are fucked. But
so what are they meant to say? Are they going to get sacked if they start slagging off their board?
Well, that's the thing though. Like, I think Jurgen's in such a good position that he can because he's been at the club longer.
Imagine Liverpool sack Jurgen Klopp
because they want to
piss the fans off even more.
Yeah,
oh my
God, that's the thing.
Anarchy.
These guys got to realise that the fans will back him if they step up. And what? Okay, say Jurgen gets sacked.
Yeah.
That's not the end of his world, mate.
No.
Like, he is the most sought after manager in the world, like, arguably.
And also, it's not like, let's say, you're working at Morrison's and you're like just scraping through, paying the bills. He's not like, oh, what am I going to do now? Like, I'm broke.
That's why the Mourinho thing really pissed me off. That Tottenham, everyone keeps saying, oh, he's been sacked from the results. No.
Well, do you think he spoke out?
Obviously, he spoke out.
He's an outspoken guy.
Mate, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it. He was a Porto manager. Porto, more Champions League than fucking half the clubs in that European Super League.
Well, Arsenal have never won one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Half. But I think Mourinho has gone in that morning and put on strike saying, it's all shit hit the fan and Daniel Levy's you're fired.
And he can afford the 30 mil payout now because he's just got the 300 mil.
Exactly. The timing is so weird. If you're a manager of your club and you got a cup final at the weekend, Premier League game in 2 games, you're going to sack your manager.
And you're not going to sack Jose Mourinho, serial cup winner.
Idiot.
Yeah. The first
how the fuck are Spurs in this? How the fuck are Spurs? They're shit.
Well,
and Arsenal.
It's not like an elite group of teams. It's like some pretty average teams that ain't done a lot in the past.
Get Forest in.
Yeah,
they won Champions League twice.
Well, yeah, it's just you know what I mean? It's
pathetic.
AC Milan, Inter Milan, where have they been for the last 10 years?
I understand why they're in there, but
why? Because they've got history.
They've got history.
Yeah,
all of them.
Spurs
don't have history. Chelsea don't have history.
But we're talking about the Super League. I don't consider AC Milan.
In my opinion, the worst ones are United with Ed Woodward, leading it. Real Madrid, Florentino Perez is the one that is the chairman, which means at some point in the last year or 2 years, whatever, he's that little twat that has gone to these clubs. Think about it, because the idea would have stemmed from somewhere, and he could have gone to these clubs. It's probably a ballsy move. Like, they could have rejected it and be like, "Who the fuck are you?" But no, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we want to go get £3 billion." Yeah. Pathetic.
Wormy little idiot.
Shit.
Embarrassing fucking tossers. Anyway, sorry, that felt good.
Well,
it's been a roller coaster, this one.
Can you imagine by the time this...
Oh, that battery's exhausted as well.
Imagine by the time this goes out...
Got no cameras left.
By the time this goes out, they've all rescinded it. Oh, everyone's goody two-shoes.
Yeah, and we're just chatting shit.
But that's the thing, though, sorry, real quick. If they rescind it, no one's going to forget. They come back and say, "Oh no,
there is damage done now.
Damage is done.
There is, straight up. But
anyway,
let us know what you think. Please leave a like rating.
Yep.
Because
compelling,
good, wouldn't it? Goal. Just sad times, really, isn't it?
It really is. I was shaking in the bedroom last night.
Livid.
It really angered me.
Yeah.
Really angered me.
But anyways, get your questions in. AskJoeTheo@gmail.com. Obviously, the more crazy ones, the better. Try and keep them short and concise, because obviously we can't read out pages. That's the only other thing I'd say. But other than that, get them in. Follow us on Instagram at Wafflin Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Wafflin Pod. Okay. And now we're just going to go and cry.
Yep.
Just cry ourselves to sleep. So see you in the next one, guys. Peace.
Why don't they ban players that are racist from the Euros?
Yeah. That's what they should do.
No, see what I mean?
And Twitter accounts.
They find people that are racist, but they ban people that are playing for a club that's in the Super League.
Yeah, that is interesting. I did notice that. It's like their reaction to this has been like perfect. Oh, they've kicked off. They're stopping it.
Money's involved.
It affects their revenue.
Yeah, and that's what it always is about. Fuck the world. Fuck money. Oh, everything's shit.
You never walk alone. Psych. You're all alone.